All right, guys. So I'm reporting back from a week of work, and I tried to develop a new method to basically make more room for things that matter and that matter to me. And the same would be for you. How do you make room for things that matter to you? So at the beginning of the week on Monday, I started a new method. So I used my Kindle Scribe, and I basically split my goals or my list into 5 projects. So here was a template for that, and then I added a Zen list. So 3 things, you know, that help me kind of relax and are important also, for your creativity or sport. And what I realized is when I put this together, the goal was to, first of all, to start one project per day. So 5 days, that's in the first week. And then the following weeks, then focus on one of the projects. So the first thing I realized is in order to gain momentum, when you write down these 5 projects to get started, you need to write next to each project a sentence of what's the first thing you need to do to get started. So the day you work on that project, you read that and you start with that and you gain the first momentum. The other thing for the projects is to make a separate page, a notebook page in your Kindle. Call it Project One. Actually, a notebook and call it Project One, and then say what it is. Maybe building a garden or whatever your project is. It doesn't only have to be work, something that really matters to you. And then in there, it's like a journal. So put the date, put what you did. So, like 1 or 2 things, very brief, and then add in there a line that says what I'm going to do next time when I'm sitting down on the project. And I feel like this should be very, very useful. So, what else? For the Zen time, free time stuff, I realized I have a lot of things that I like to do. And there's not only 3, but you can categorize it. So, one is, for example, sports. And I like, for example, mountain biking, but also other things. So I had these several things in there, and when I have the Zen time too, on that day I know, either it could be sports, swimming, or mountain biking or whatever, and another one could be music, and there's different ways. You can listen to music, make music. Another one could be reading books or meditation or anything like that. So for the accountability thing, so I also had the chart, where you have the dates and then you have your 5 projects and your 3 Zen kind of projects, and you put a tick mark when it worked and when it didn't work. So the question is, how did it work for me, right? I've been thinking about this a long time. I actually tried to develop this method and test it. I'm actually wondering in the comments, did you have a chance to test it? If not, check out my previous video. That would be great, and let me know if there's anything you think would be better for you. And so yeah, in summary, I don't have a lot of tick marks. 5 project is a lot, and I had a lot of deadlines like everyone else, a lot of meetings that start to pile up, emails, and then things start to get buried. So what did I manage to do? Out of the 5 projects, I managed to work on only one, but still I gained momentum, and for each of the project I wrote down what I needed to get started. Number 2, I also organized my files on my computer on these different projects, so I'm basically kind of ready to go, more motivated. So next week I will try this again. But I think the goal is really with these 5 projects to figure out which one you want to start first. And it's okay, if you don't manage the first week to begin all 5 a little bit, at least you wrote down how to get started and then, start with one. Then for the Zen part, that was great. It's the first time for a long time I haven't done, sports 3 times in a week. So I did that. I did a lot of music. So, for the work-life balance, that kind of worked really well. So I, set the goals, set the time aside after work or before work. And it really kind of pushed me to do this thing. So that was great. I really loved it. I hope this video was helpful. I am excited about continuing this method, testing it out, kind of improving my workflow. I hope it improves yours. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe it so we can kind of grow this community. See you later.